Steel isn't strong because it looks tough. It's strong because it's been forged, bent, broken, and rebuilt. The same is true for the mind. René Descartes didn't want you to escape doubt. He wanted you to master it. I'm Eric, and today we're diving deep into another of Descartes' powerful mental methods, a tool to build unstoppable mental strength by mastering doubt itself. In Meditations on First Philosophy, he doesn't give answers. He gives a battlefield where truth must fight its way through fear, illusion, and false beliefs. But those who endure come out with something unshakable, a mind that cannot be fooled, and a self that cannot be broken. Descartes begins not by building knowledge, but by tearing it down. He doubts everything: his senses, his thoughts, even the world around him. Not to destroy truth, but to find what cannot be doubted. Modern psychology mirrors this in exposure therapy. When someone fears rejection, failure, or anxiety, the goal isn't to avoid the fear. It's to walk into it and examine it. Like Descartes, they ask, is this fear real, or just a thought pretending to be truth? By doubting, Descartes doesn't fall into despair. He rises into clarity. He discovers the one thing he cannot doubt. Cogito, ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. It's not just a phrase. It's an anchor. A reminder that your ability to observe your own thoughts is proof of your existence and power. Descartes warns us, the mind often accepts illusions as facts. Psychologists call this cognitive distortion. The brain creates automatic lies like, I'm not good enough, they're judging me, or I'll fail again. These beliefs feel real, but they aren't tested. Descartes' meditations act like a mental detox. He strips every idea down to its core, and only accepts it if it survives his method of doubt. This is a tool anyone can use. When your mind says you can't, don't argue. Investigate. Ask, where did this belief come from? Is it built on real experience or just fear? Can I break it into smaller thoughts and examine each one? This process helps you move from reactive thinking to reflective awareness, the foundation of emotional intelligence. Descartes realized something profound. The true self isn't the chaos of thoughts. It's the one who's aware of them. In psychology, this mirrors metacognition, the mind's ability to observe itself. It's the skill that lets someone pause during conflict and choose to respond instead of react. It's the awareness that turns panic into perspective. People who develop this inner observer mindset are more resilient because they understand, I am not my thoughts. I am the thinker behind them. Descartes reaches this realization through isolation, reflection, and honest confrontation with doubt. And that's how real confidence is built, not from shouting affirmations, but from inner alignment. Once Descartes finds his foundation, the I am, he doesn't stop. He rebuilds knowledge from scratch, using only what can survive his method. Each belief is tested, each thought is inspected. This mirrors what psychologists call schema restructuring. When someone's worldview is shaped by trauma or fear, it must be rebuilt slowly, gently, and logically. It's not easy, but it's life-changing. The person who once believed I'm not worthy learns to say, that thought no longer passes the test. And like Descartes, they start again, not from weakness, but from truth. This rebuilding phase is where clarity returns. And with it comes peace, not because the world changed, but because the mind is no longer a prisoner of false beliefs. So, the conclusion of Descartes' inner fortress philosophy. What Descartes gave us in the Meditations on First Philosophy wasn't just philosophy. It was a mental survival kit. A way to walk through fear, illusion, and self-doubt, and emerge with clarity. He taught us how to challenge the mind without losing ourselves, how to question everything without collapsing into confusion, and how to rebuild thought by thought, until only truth remains. In today's noisy, anxious world, his method is more needed than ever. Not because we lack intelligence, but because we drown in unchecked thought. Descartes reminds us, you are not your fear. You are not your illusion. You are the one who thinks. And therefore, you are. So, don't escape doubt. Use it. Let it sharpen you. Let it lead you to something solid. A self that stands, unshaken. If this resonated with you, tell me in the comments. What's one belief or fear you're ready to challenge and rebuild? Let's start this journey together. I read every comment.